All right, so you're ready for a journey.
Ooh, I love journeys.
Uh-huh, right. But not the kind with, like, planes and luggage this time.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
This deep dive.
Oh, one of these.
Yeah, we're going to tackle a very practical skill.
Practical, you say?
Totally. We're talking about conquering the airport.
The airport. I've got some stories.
I'll bet you do. But hold that thought because we're focusing on how to do it all using English.
Okay, I like it. So like ordering coffee and stuff?
Kind of, but think bigger.
Yeah.
We'll cover everything from check-in to security, finding your gate, even chatting on board.
On board. Ooh, are we talking about those little bags of peanuts?
Maybe even better. Wait till you hear the phrase for asking about landing time. Super useful.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. I'm all ears.
Perfect.
Oh.
So let's say you've just arrived at the airport and that check-in counter is looming.
Ugh, yes, that can be a little intimidating.
Oh, totally. It's like the first boss battle.
And it really sets the tone for your whole airport experience.
For sure. So nailing this interaction is key.
Yeah. Key is the word. Now, a lot of people I've seen just kind of mumble, "Window seat, please."
Yeah, I've been guilty of that myself.
It's polite enough, but not very effective.
What do you suggest instead?
Try something like, "Would it be possible to have a window seat?"
Oh, I see. It's more like a question.
Exactly.
Oh.
Shows you understand the request might not be guaranteed, but you're putting it out there.
And that politeness can sometimes work wonders.
It really can. I once used that exact phrase and scored an amazing window seat. Best view ever.
No way. See, that's what I'm talking about. These little tweaks can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that can make a difference, let's talk baggage allowance.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. Every airline has a limit on how much your bags can weigh.
And going over that limit can cost you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. So even though you can find this info online, confirming it at check-in is crucial.
So what's the magic phrase?
Something simple like, "Could you please remind me of the baggage allowance?"
Oh, that makes sense. Just a quick check to be sure.
Exactly. It could save you from those dreaded fees later on. Trust me, I've learned the hard way.
Oh, no. What happened?
Once my bag was just slightly over the limit.
Just slightly.
Yep. And it cost me a fortune.
Ouch. Okay.
Lesson learned.
Always double check that baggage allowance.
Always. All right, so you've checked in. Your bags are within limits. Feeling good.
Feeling good. Bring on the next challenge.
The next challenge. You mean security.
Dun.
Security can definitely feel intimidating with all the rules and scanner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's more about following instructions and communicating clearly.
You're so right. You'll hear things like, "Please place your bag on the conveyor belt."
Yep. Heard that a million times.
But instead of just doing it silently, why not be proactive? Try saying, "Sure, should I remove my laptop?"
Oh, that's a good one. Shows you're paying attention and ready to cooperate.
Exactly. Being proactive can really smooth things out.
I once saw someone try to bring a full-size bottle of shampoo through security.
Oh, no.
It wasn't pretty. If they had just asked, "Is this okay?" it would have saved everyone a lot of trouble.
You're telling me. And that goes for anything you're unsure about.
Like what?
Like, should I remove my shoes? Or is this allowed on the plane?
Makes sense. Better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly. Security personnel, appreciate the clarity.
All right, we've checked in, aced security. Now for the real test.
The real test. Is there a pop quiz?
Uh-huh. You could say that I'm talking about finding our gate.
Ah, yes, the gate hunt.
Airports can be like mazes sometimes.
True, but they often follow a pattern.
Any tips for deciphering that pattern?
Look for those big screens with all the flight info.
You mean the ones with all the tiny numbers and letters?
Those are the ones. Think of them as your treasure maps.
Okay, I like that. But what if the map leads me astray?
Don't be afraid to ask for directions.
Oh, what should I say?
Keep it simple. "Excuse me, where is gate 23? Don't forget a genuine thank you afterwards.
It's amazing how a little thank you can make such a difference.
It really can. It shows respect and appreciation.
Speaking of things that can throw you off, what happens if our gate changes?
Happens more often than you think.
Ugh, I hate when that happens.
Me too. But the key is to stay informed. Always listen for announcements, even if you think you know where to go.
So basically never take your eyes off those screens.
Pretty much. And if you do hear a change, don't panic.
Easier said than done.
I know, but remember, airport staff are there to help.
Okay, deep breaths. We found our gate, boarded the plane. Finally, time to relax.
Sweet relief.
But even on board, knowing a few key phrases can make the flight smoother.
You're not kidding. And remember, those flight attendants are there to assist you.
So don't be shy about asking for what you need.
Exactly. Things like, Could you help me find my seat? Or, may I have a blanket, please?
Those are good ones. What about when you need to plan for arrival?
Like knowing when to turn your phone back on.
Aha, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it okay to ask about the landing time?
Of course. What time are we estimated to land is a perfectly reasonable question.
So it's not considered rude.
Not at all. It helps you plan your next steps.
Wow. So with the right phrases and a bit of confidence, the airport becomes a lot less scary.
It's like I said, airports operate on a script. Once you know the lines, it's smooth sailing.
And the more you use these phrases, the easier it gets.
Practice makes perfect. You'll be navigating airports like a pro in no time.
Makes you think, what if everyone felt this empowered to communicate?
Imagine the possibilities.
No more language barriers.
Yeah.
Just smooth travels and new connections.
Now that's a world I want to live in.
Me too. Something to think about, isn't it?
Definitely food for thought.
All right, thanks for joining me on this deep dive into airport English.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Until next time, safe travels, everyone.
Happy landings.